Yeah, it's not how they're raised. I guess the whole family is just not raised like that.
He
But
grooms
I am
hug.
so over them. So over them. But at this point, I'm like,
Dang.
F you guys.
Dang,
All
she
of
moved
you.
over. She moved over to Team Black now.
100%.
Welcome back to the Cinema So Far podcast, the podcast where good friends talk about great cinema. And today we are talking about House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 2. The title of this episode is called Rhaenyra the Cruel. And we're going to get into why. Why is Rhaenyra so cruel on this episode? I'm your host, James, and as always, we have our co-host, Sydney.
Hello, Grandsire. It's James's name's day today.
Yeah, it is. We won't talk about that though.
Okay.
And we also have Travis.
Yes. It is I am here. Welcome. It's good to see you all.
Yeah, great to see you guys today and great to talk about this episode. What did you guys think? Or did you want me to go first or do you want to go ahead and say what you thought of the episode?
Yeah, what did you think, James?
Go for it.
So this episode is action-packed, I think. It had a lot of drama. It had some sword fighting, which is always cool. And yeah, there was just a lot to it. There was a couple of different angles in this episode, you know, in the sense that we're normally just talking about the kings and the queens and lords and ladies, you know, the people that have land and are rich. Those are who we normally see. And we don't really deal with, you know, we don't get a glimpse into like what the small folk are doing. But in this episode, we started to see that. We saw a few different people that would be considered small folk and, you know, what's going on in their lives and how they're affected by it. It was just, I don't know. The coolest part was seeing the fight at the end of the episode. But there's so many really good things. I liked it a lot. What did you guys think?
Go for it, Trav.
Yeah, at this episode, when I think back about it, trying to watch it multiple times, usually for me, this one, I was trying to take notes, but I think I just was actually just really engaged in the episode. It was written well and it flowed well. It did kind of unfold in some surprising ways, but the characters all kind of played their part as they usually do, but in a way that, I don't know, really enhanced this episode for me.
I know I am invested now in these characters. In this episode, I went through so many emotions, an emotional roller coaster. Some parts made me so angry, so sad. Some parts were super hard to watch. It's like so much happened. It went by really fast. Even though it was hard to watch, I didn't want it to end.
Yeah, and I really want to know what those parts were for you. I'm sure we'll get into it as we talk through the breakdown here. But yeah, a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster for me too. Like, just a lot going on in the episode. It felt like it was packed full of stuff.
I was going, F you, Otto. F
Damn.
you suck.
Yeah. I thought about him for sure.
I wish you guys we could watched it together. I was like, just screaming at the TV.
Yeah, we got to do that during one of these episodes. We got to just watch it all together at the same time. Yeah, because I mean,
try to do that for y'all to get together and do a recap.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, Otto deserves some middle fingers. Criston Cole deserves some middle fingers in this
He deserves to
episode.
get his ass beat again. He really does.
Yeah, he's like extremely hateable at this point. Like, just I don't know who is still rooting for Criston Cole, but let's get into it. Let's talk about all of this stuff. So the one thing that I thought was just really interesting is like before the actual war starts, it feels like it's a gang war or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like one son gets killed, then the other son gets killed, in retaliation. Someone breaks into the castle, and then there's another, then the other side breaks into their castle, and it just seemed like very tit for tat.
Yeah.
And it's not an actual war yet. There's
Yes.
no armies yet. They're just fighting dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting.
It's crazy how they take action on these things. Just kind of as I was saying last week, is as a fantasy, or even, I don't know if, I guess this maybe in our own society, maybe this kind of stuff has happened in the past, but just this like inbreeding, this sleeping with your own family members, marrying your own family members. Oh, let me just kill your son. You kill my son. I kill your son.
Mhm.
Like what is
Just back and
happening?
forth. Yeah.
Everybody just does whatever they want because there's nothing bigger than that. This is all that's happening in this world. There isn't anything like beyond this, except all the small folk and everybody just being alive.
And what did you guys think of the intro this time? Are you getting used to it? Do you skip it? Do you watch it? Do you feel like you're more interested in the orgy tapestries than this one?
I watch it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't resonate with. I didn't see anything in it that I like. Maybe I should have picked out. I just kind of maybe doing something else. Usually, it's like, oh, it's rolling. The song's familiar. I always like listening to the song, but I didn't pick out what was happening. If it was different from the last one, were they different each time?
Well, we didn't talk about this before, but I'm really glad they used the same song. I felt like that's like a strong move, instead of House of the Dragon having its own song. But I think it was supposed to change somewhat. Now, I don't think it's going to change every episode because that would be maybe too expensive. But I thought, kind of like how the original Game of Thrones intro, they didn't focus on the same part every time. It kind of changed a little bit. I thought it was going to be like that, but I still watch it every time because I'm just trying to like understand. Like you said last time, Travis, like it's depicting what's going to happen in the season, and so I'm always trying to like figure out like, oh, is that what I saw? Was that the scene that just happened, or is that coming up
Mm.
next?
It's not full detail. You can't tell exactly who or what. Like what? What was that? And, like somebody.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I saw that last episode. I was like, oh man, somebody got their head cut off or something, right? Like in the
Okay.
blood is like, oh
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like done in an artistic way, right? Like, with symbolism and stuff.
this
But
is pre AI, guys. This is
yes.
this is real animators.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
just shout out Sean too. He did our theme song. Shout out Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Sean
Sean, who,
Kilby.
if anyone likes our hardcore version of the Game of Thrones theme song, you can get it on SoundCloud. Okay, so the episode opens up with everyone getting rounded up in the Red Keep again. These poor people that are just trying to earn a living, changing chamber pots and sweeping the floor. They're just all rounded up. It seems like constantly and put in dungeons. Um, but yeah, I mean, we knew that it was gonna get kind of crazy after the
Yes.
little prince is murdered. Um, so it made
It's
sense.
kind of a roundup for like Clue, like the movie, like Clue. It's like
Yeah.
nobody leave the castle. We have to figure out who killed him and with what.
Yeah. I was thinking there was a lot of like detective work going on in this episode. Um, we got that, and then we got Amond who's doing his own kind of like CSI type of investigating whenever he's trying to figure out who went into his room and stuff. So
He did
um
find the gold piece that is
yeah.
of, I guess, Dragonstone coin or some coin from that they would have
Oh, okay. So
possibly.
is that what you took from it? Because I took something else from that.
Yeah, I thought maybe, oh, that's a piece of money that they use it, that are, that Rhaenyra's gang is using, that they use potentially.
Is that what you thought too, Sid? Or
don't know about the coin. All that everybody was flipping out, okay, in the beginning. And I was like, oh my God, maybe this wouldn't have happened if Criston wasn't hooking up with Alicent, you know? Or, and then
he thinks so?
Otto wants to blame Rhaenyra. That's it, just has crossed the line. It has
Yeah.
crossed the line. I have no sympathy for Otto or Rhaenyra or any of them anymore.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. Everyone sucks in this situation, but yeah, I think when what we were meant to, I think what they were showing Travis in that scene was Aemon comes in and he realizes that, oh, like there's a door right there that leads to these secret passageways. I don't think he knew that those secret passageways were
Okay.
there, but because the door was open in his room, he figured, oh, they were probably coming to kill
Well, that's
him.
where he got that figured out.
And
Okay, that was his
and on
room.
his table, on the table and the map that he had on the table, he was using coins
Mm-hmm.
as like placeholders and stuff. And so when he was looking around, none of his coins were on the table. There was just one on the floor. So I think
Oh,
he was putting it
okay.
together like, oh, someone came in, stole the coins, missed one because it fell on the floor.
Okay. Dang. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I only figured that out on the third watch. But then we see Aegon, King Aegon, going full Joffrey mode, screaming, that he's the king while he's smashing Viserys's model.
Well, that was
And
crazy. I
yeah,
felt pissed off by that in the sense of like, like if I built something awesome in Minecraft or something, it took me hours and years, and it's like, oh, and then it just blows up or something.
yeah, these whippersnappers have no respect. That's what
These are blocks,
Viserys
man.
is.
Block by
Viserys is
block.
rolling around in his grave.
Unbelievable. It's a piece of
I
history.
mean, they were flip. I mean, they just killed his son. Like I would be going berserk too,
Yeah,
you know.
but I just
But
I just thought it was funny that he's like saying the same thing that Joffrey was saying in Game of Thrones, like I'm the king, I'm the king.
huh?
And it's like, well, if you have to tell everybody that you're not being very kingly, you
Just
know.
a rant or
Yeah.
yeah.
But, he was obviously upset, with good reason, it seemed impossible that someone would come in and sneak in and then like literally decapitate his son.
That was the crazy
This
part.
was where that my stomach was rolling around like when they were riding it through the streets and stuff. I was like, I have to come back to this. This is really disturbing.
Yeah, whenever they were doing that, and we'll get there, but like, did anyone else think that the head was gonna like roll off as they
Yes.
Way I was
as
gonna
they were
say
like,
that. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I thought
they
when they
really
got
made it seem
stuck,
like
it was just
that.
gonna be like boom, and they're like trying to push it, and it would just fall off.
Yeah,
But I guess they don't write that kind of comedy into the show.
but I seriously thought that was gonna happen, or it just seemed like something bad was going to happen in that scene.
Yeah, getting the carriage stuck in a pothole with the head yeah. It's not good.
Yeah, and it had to be super uncomfortable for Alicent, and then especially Helena, who's she had to witness the whole thing, and then she gets paraded out there as like a political pawn, which
Well,
is again another reason to hate Otto.
yeah, I mean, I do. I was gonna say at that part, I did understand. Look, I know he's cold and calculated and stuff, but that's kind of like when you have this role as this kind of the hand or whatever, you're trying to protect not only themselves but the legacy, the kingdom, all these things. He comes up with like that's a good idea, but I don't like the like that's not something I would condone. But like in a sense, taking advantage of the situation. I mean,
Yeah, you're right. It's like it's a good political move, which if you noticed, Rhaenyra didn't do. Like her son got killed first, but it wasn't like she went and told everybody and used the death for a political gain. But Otto definitely thought of that. I think the thing that makes him so just so scuzzy is like it doesn't even seem like he was sad. Like it
No, he only
only
cares about himself.
yeah,
He
like it,
only
it
cares
only
about
was
himself.
that.
and
Uh-huh.
not even himself. He only cares about his one of his son or grandson being remaining heir, being heir, like his lineage being a part of the power.
I was disgusted at the lack of revolt from Alicent, to be honest, by saying like, okay, well, we'll parade the head throughout the streets and stuff. She was taken back by it, like, oh, father, like, really? But she didn't refuse or this really pushed my buttons this episode.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right, Sid, because it's like all the high towers have this ingrained in them. Like they all have this ambition, and it's just that's what they do. That's what their family is like, and it just seemed like none of them care for each other in a way that like a normal family would. Like for
Mhm.
example, like Otto was not crying about his grandson. He didn't even look sad at all. And then Aegon, King Aegon, when he's like walking past Helena in the hallway, doesn't even say anything to her. And
Mhm.
she's obviously, just stressed. But then also Alicent, when when Aegon is in the room crying, she walks in and then she's like, "Ugh." She just kind of like backs away
Mhm.
slowly and doesn't even say anything to comfort her son. So they're
They
just,
are messy.
They
yeah,
just use each other as tools, like for pawns for each other to get where they want what they want, and they don't, know how to have a loving, caring um, relationship because that's not how that was began.
yeah. It's not how they're raised. I guess the whole family is just not raised like that.
He
But
groomed
I
Hence
am
the hug.
so
psychopaths.
over them. So over them. But at this point, I'm like,
Dang.
F you guys.
Hey,
All
she
of
moved
you.
over. She moved over to Team Black now.
100%. There is no one foot in and in the other door.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think is so good because I think even Team Black has their problems too, obviously. And we'll get there.
I
So
like some of it how they call it like a propaganda machine.
yeah,
Everything he does, everything he
everything,
does.
right? What's that phrase? Never let a good crisis go to waste. It's like a political thing. If something bad happens, it's all about how can you twist this to serve your own needs or benefit. And it doesn't. There's no off switch for Otto. Like he's always thinking that. So, so after that, we see that. Oh, I wrote this down in my notes. So as Aegon's smashing the model or whatever, he's like, "I declare war! I declare war!" And all I could think of is Michael Scott from
I
The Office.
declare bankruptcy. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
That's
about.
all I could think of when I was hearing that.
Oh, that's great.
And then we talked about Eamon. He figures out what's kind of going on. He's doing his little detective work there. And then, man, Alicent, she has like Catholic level guilt going on. Um, she is just so guilty because I think, like you said, Sid, like her and Criston Cole feel kind of like responsible. Like she pulled Criston Cole off of duty to, you know,
Hook up, yeah.
This is
for
so
yeah.
in bad taste with the dead child. I mean,
Yeah.
just like I don't know why it's I know this is like Game of Thrones universe. It is really bothering me today. It just
Yeah.
is
I
with
mean, it's
the
supposed to, you know?
uh-huh with the sex scenes with this going on was just is not
Mm.
right. Does not feel
They're
right at
twisted.
all.
They're twisted, but they're not. That's
Uh-huh.
not a normal, yeah, or an average. I mean, it is interesting that it's like we can't do this again, but we're gonna. Oh shoot, we're doing it again. Dadgummit. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm so depressed and mad, but come over here. Let's hook up.
Hey, it's too good, you know? It's too good to be bad. But let me ask you guys this. So, this is something I wondered, and I don't know if there's a real answer, but do you think Helena kind of clocked what was going on? Like, or was she so, whenever she walks in and she's carrying her other child and she sees Cole and her mom there, like, do you think she like put it all together or was she too distraught? Like, what do you guys think?
I don't know how to put it. She's like on this spectrum of like not autistic but like magical powers, right? I
Yeah.
don't think she sees things the way everybody else sees it. So, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but
Yeah, I haven't
no,
totally figured that
I
out.
don't think so.
If she knows or already knew or cares, like I'm trying to. It doesn't really cover that. Like I don't
Well,
know.
because, okay.
Is it a problem? Is it like she shouldn't be? I mean, her husband's dead. Like, should
No.
she? Or you just shouldn't be hooking up with your guard or whatever. Like,
Well, the thing is, in those times, you don't hook up with anybody. You're not. I
he
mean,
wasn't
especially if you're
supposed to be
like a
sleeping with.
lady,
No, and he wasn't supposed to be because he's in the. Okay.
Kingsguard. Yeah,
It
yeah.
reminds me of Everlane from Akatar. She can see like these visions and stuff. She's just kind of like detached and in her own world about it. It
Yeah.
reminds me of that.
Yeah, because she definitely has like visions. You know, she predicted the dragon coming out of the dragon pit, and then today, or well, when she was on the funeral procession, just the way she was looking, and she's like looking at all the I don't know if it was dust or hops and barley that people were
Yeah,
throwing,
some kind of flower or plant,
oats. Yeah,
rice or I don't know. It was weird. Yeah,
yeah, but she was just kind of lost in it, and I was wondering what that meant.
I don't know if that was a
You know.
they were having a panic attack or if they were also just she's just disassociating. Because it's just like she had to choose one and she chose the daughter, but like in the duty of it, you're supposed to like the son needs to stay alive. In the realm of like the heir.
Well, so you're thinking she's feeling guilty over that?
I think so.
Well, if you notice, I mean, cinematically, they did it multiple times. They did it where Helena was kind of like staring off and she can see all the oats and barley flying through the air. And then in a later scene, you see Rhaenyra, she's playing with her kids, or her kids are playing and she's watching them, and she looks out the window and you can see the dust particles in a very similar way. So I don't really know what they're trying to say with that, or maybe it's just a cool way to show that people are deep in thought or something. I don't know.
I bet it'll
Hmm.
clock it somewhere. It'll come up, but I mean, none of this is their fault. It's freaking Damon's fault. Anyway,
Yeah. Yes.
like she shouldn't
So
feel guilty
Well,
about dick, dude.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
Damon's fault.
yeah.
exactly. And I don't. Well, and like Sir Christian Cole should have been the one on duty. Is that it?
Yes.
Really, he should have been there. And which pissed me off because then he's gonna get on his high and mighty guilt trip and like, oh, now my power trip, I'm gonna come over here and set this standard and like call you out for something totally different. And actually, I'm the one in the wrong, like calling out Eric.
Call you out for having a dirt on your cloak and mud on your cloak because it was muddy outside when you were walking.
Yeah, you're supposed to be. What did he say? Oh, he said like pristine or like a pure. It's like you should
Hmm.
be pure as I sleep with the
He's
queen.
projecting. He is
Dude,
projecting that shit onto him.
for real. And
Uh
that's
huh.
like the worst, right? Like when someone's just beyond hypocritical like that. Yeah. Real punchable face, that Criston Cole.
Big
Um,
time.
yeah. And so something else that happened in the episode, I just feel like, you were talking about Otto, but it feels like Aegon in this episode just looks like a complete idiot. Like there's so many things that he does that are just the wrong choice. One of them is whenever he like kills the guard or whatever without even like asking him any questions.
Huh.
But what were you gonna say, Sid?
This is one thing that is probably controversial that I think is kind of brutal. He did when he hangs all of the rat catchers. I was like, damn, he's not fucking around, dude. Like,
Yeah, I don't need to figure out which one it was. I just kill them all.
just like all y'all tread lightly. You come in here, you fuck with me, you kill my kid, your whole family's gonna die. I know that's like sick, but I was like, damn.
I mean, it was someone from like a lot of people's families.
He's not
And
playing around. I
no,
mean,
but that was such a huge misstep. Like again, Otto was right about that too. Like you don't just kill a whole bunch of innocent people trying to make a point. All Aegon had to do is say, all right, it was a rat catcher, bring all the rat catchers over, and then, put them all in a line, and then this guy's going to pick out the one. That's all. That's all that needed to happen. But he was so determined to get his revenge that he just wasn't even thinking clearly at all.
Yeah, and like I
He's
mentioned,
just
yeah,
going Joffrey.
Yeah,
he
full
was.
Joffrey.
Well, and like I mentioned last time was, how the small folk or how people will, you got to kind of maintain your job, right? So but just think about how many rat catchers they employed. That was a lot of them. Like, there's a lot of rats apparently in the castle.
Dude, who's gonna want to work in the castle? Like everyone gets rounded up and sent to prison every other day, and then or you just get hung for doing your job, and
Well, I
they
guess
don't
you
know
don't
who
even
the
want or desire these things. I think you just get. It's like slavery, I guess, back then. You just get. Well, okay. Do they like give them a job or do
you and you.
they just take people
You work
from
for
the
me now.
city? Like, oh,
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
Aegon
you're serving.
freaking fired Otto. You're fired.
Yeah,
Give
You're
your
fired.
little hand. Give your little hand to this Criston over here. This wound up freak over,
I mean,
over
I
here.
love how he threw it to him though. He's like, fuck that guy, and he like
yeah.
threw it. I love that part.
That was a good man. There were some good quotes in that scene when he's like insolent pup, and he called his grandson that, and then what else? What was it? It was hold on, I wrote it down. We're skipping some stuff, but
For sure, yeah. We're just covering the show as a whole and where we
yeah.
think of it. What do we
Oh,
think of?
yeah. So Aegon said, some other good lines from that scene were Aegon saying, "I wish to spill blood, not ink." And then whenever he got Criston Cole as the hand, he said, "My new hand will be a still fist."
Right. Yeah.
So
I think that's wild. You point some of those out. I even, yeah. Unless you just watch it 3 or 4 times, take notes on different things. There's so much that really I can't believe if you look at watching these again, second and third time, how much unfolds that you just one watch through. There's too much that's going on to like. I get it all. I caught everything.
yeah. Maybe if you're like a book reader and you already read the book, then
I-
then one time it maybe is
I
easier.
would
But
agree, but I think my question would, to some or in those of us of the all watching, is it following fully to the book or is it straight off a lot or so that's what I don't know is I didn't read it, so I don't know how much is like following the story.
well, I do know that this part was called in the book. It was called Blood and Cheese.
Okay, I read that. The blood
Oh
and cheese
yeah.
incident.
Yeah, the blood and cheese incident, and you know the guard is blood, and then the rat catcher's the cheese. But just one more thing about the guard that got tortured or whatever. Speaking of quotes, he had the dumbest quote of the episode because he's there in handcuffs, and then
What
he's looking up. He's like, "Are you gonna hurt me?" It's like, yeah, I think so,
Oh my
dude.
god.
I think so.
He's like confessing immediately. No, I don't want any of that to happen to me. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
here's the truth, and it's like, well, I was gonna get that regardless, but I don't know what the king's gonna do.
He's like, you don't need any of those tools. I'm going to tell you right now. But yeah, that was
I
stupid.
guess we gotta
And
start
then,
doing that. Maybe we start doing the best and worst quote of the episodes.
oh yeah, that'd be cool.
I like that.
I got to write those down. I'll try to write down quotes as I take notes from now on.
I like the worst idea. Like, what's this dumbest one too?
So back at the Black Council, Rhaenyra gets the news about all of this going on, and I just thought it was it was crazy to see like Rhaenys, how she immediately thinks it's Damon and is like staring daggers at him like I know this was you. This sounds just like you. And he was kind of trying to play it off like
He just
he
wasn't
didn't know
even
anything
looking
about
at him.
it.
He's just like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All the while, Damon thinks, oh, Viserys made you the heir because he just wanted to like wait, or he's scared of me and wanted to wave it in front of me. He just like is so blind to the fact he's just an idiot.
I mean, a
Yeah.
narcissist is usually blind to
Yeah.
the stuff that other
Yeah.
people see, right? Like,
And Rhaenyra was pointing it out. She was just like saying, you know, time and time again, like, look at all the dumb stuff he did. You do. He didn't trust
He
you.
can't
I don't trust you.
you. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're gonna fuck it up. But yeah, that was another argument that they had, and then Damon storms out. And then again, like he passes his daughter in the hallway, and I swear I can't think of one word that Damon has said to his daughters through the entire series so far. Like I don't think he's even said one thing to them.
dang.
I remember one when they were really little though, like super little, and that's it.
He told them to go to their room.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
But then Bela, who he walked past, she goes in and talks to Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra's like, "Hey, I actually trust you. Can you go to King's Landing and spy and fly over with your dragon and just make sure everything's chill. Make sure nothing's gonna happen." And so she agrees to do that. And then we see what a weak little bitch Aegon is again, because he can't even say anything to his sister wife, Helena, as she's walking by him. And then we get bitch ass Criston Cole feeling guilty because he sees the crib, the bed with the blood.
And I like had to look
a
away
huge
like a
blood
little
stain.
bit. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a little beep.
Yeah.
Gut wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
reminded me of my notes here. I saw like, okay, earlier when he crashes out, right, on it's like Eric or something. They're both Eric, but
Eric and Arik.
yeah, it's very similar. And like it was interesting to see him like when he like starts crashing out. I just noticed that all the other guys get up like
Yeah.
and they're just like
It was as soon as he called his brother a traitor.
yeah, they were like, whoop, time to go.
Yep.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's like the jukebox stopped playing music and the record skipped. But,
Skirt, your mother was a whore.
So yeah, that was. And then what did you guys think about that plan that Criston Cole, basically suicide mission
It's suicide, exactly that.
that he
Like,
sends
some
him on?
bullshit.
What'd you guys think of that?
I mean, I think Eric knew you know. Who
Yeah,
this was the twin thing was very confusing to me. Like who
really.
was who's fighting, who seppuku'd themselves at the end. Like,
Yeah.
um, that
Well,
was
what do you
wild.
think? Yeah, because it definitely felt like that game where you have like the three cups and the ball is under one, and you're moving them
Yeah.
around. You can't tell where the ball is. Like I was trying to figure that out too. What do you think happened with that fight? Like who killed who seppuku'd themselves at the end?
Um, maybe the one that betrayed Eric, the one that betrayed them,
The one
killed
that was on
himself.
Team Green that came over to
Yeah.
just
Uh-huh.
to assassinate Rhaenyra?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to keep
Cuz
track.
he betrayed them, right? The blacks. Eric betrayed the blacks to go to the green. But Eric, what I mean maybe he killed KMS because he wasn't there to protect her. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do you think, Travis?
I mean, I was trying to track it. What, like, oh, okay, this one, came in from the doorway, right? And then, like, oh, he's doing this, and then he cuts his knee, and I was trying to keep track. Oh, which one had the knee cut? And then it did kind of get a little too, like, you know,
Hard to follow.
like a mirror, just like a, a revolving door there. But I believe, in the end, that the one that came there to assassinate is the one that died first, and the other one was felt grief over having to kill his brother, kill
Oh,
another knight, and like that he, whatever. I failed it because I don't think the other one would. The other one would have just tried to kill her again. The one from the grains.
Yeah, I think you're right, Travis. And I watched the scene like three different times. I just because I wanted to figure that out. When he's about to seppuku himself or stab himself, you can see that there's that cut on his leg.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it,
it
it
was still that
was
one.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, it was the one that was protecting the queen that ended up killing himself out of grief, like you said.
they're the most twins to ever twin. They look, I mean, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly alike.
And the recap
And
in
they
the
both
end.
and they both look like they could be from Duck Dynasty. Like they both have that look.
Well, it was pretty.
Like they came from a swamp somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end, if you watch the recap, the post-credit stuff, it
Hmm.
was cool that this was such a big scene and that they took such pride in it and like doing this justice. I think they did really well in the scene.
I mean, I was at the edge of my seat. Like
It was
I
intense.
I was really like riveted as far as what was happening. And I knew it was going to happen. So I was still just I couldn't take my eyes
The
away.
other guard comes in. Which one is it? Tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at him.
They don't even know. But yeah,
He
that
had
was a
no
great
armor on.
scene.
He just had his sword and his like PJs.
Yeah, he was.
Aw. Aw.
Yeah, he might as well have walked in with his like little pointing hat on and stub of candle, his little slippers.
I heard some commotion.
Um, so another scene that we didn't talk about was when Jacaerys and Baela, so Rhaenyra's son
Oh, I
and
was
his
gonna
betrothed, they
mention
were
this
out
scene.
there. Yeah, they were out there talking, and she's just like firing away with her crossbow and hitting the target every time. So she's obviously a badass. But then they're talking about their parents. Or their dads. She's talking about Damon, and he's talking about Harwin, Harwin Breakbones.
Right.
And I think that was like the first time I've ever heard him admit that that was actually his dad.
I like
think he
those
figured
two.
it
They're
out. He's
so
like,
cute.
I'm a white guy and I have brown hair. That's not my father. I was gonna say I didn't think this scene. I'm surprised the scene didn't get cut. I don't know what it really brought to the episode. That's tight. That's cool. She's
Yeah.
bad. cool with a crossbow. Like I just didn't know what it. He was just like, I'm sad.
Yeah. And she is too. I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad it was short. It didn't linger too long, but I don't know. It's nice to hear her at least
Yeah.
get some lines and, have some kind of voice in the show.
They're so cute together. I just think it just made me feel some like grief for them, and his brother and everything. He just seems like a noble little dude.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a good, loyal person, or like so.
Leal. I think
Yeah,
leal is the word you're looking for.
Leo.
Well, exactly.
Better than Aegon for sure.
Yeah.
And in this type of family, I mean, don't worry, they're probably going to get married anyways. So
Yeah.
So then we move on to some of the small folk scenes that I was talking about. So first we see the blacksmith's family, the one that was kind of promised that he's going to get paid and didn't get paid yet, but they are struggling. I mean, they're just trying to even eat, and he has a sick daughter, and you kind of see his wife who seems super cool. And you kind of get a little glimpse into what's going on with them. And then also, we meet the ship lieutenant's brother. So his name is Alan, and his brother's name is Adam. And in that scene, Adam says, "Oh, the sea snake owes us." Why do you guys think that is? Did you catch that? Like where he said, "Oh, he owes us."
I wasn't sure what was really unfolding with all that. I guess they're needing more people to come fight for Rhaenyra's side, and so this is where is this at? This is like
King's Land. I think it's
no,
no,
this is
it's not King's
wherever
Landing. It's like Driftwood,
whatever.
Driftmark.
Okay, so I wasn't sure what was really unfolding there, and I was like, wait, who are these guys, or why are we following
It
them?
might be too early. Well, remember the bald guy, Alan? He saved Corlys.
Right. Okay, yeah.
He pulled him out of the water
He
and
owes him a
saved his
debt.
life. Yeah, so he owes him for that.
Oh.
But his
Oh,
brother
yeah.
says he owes both of us, and so I was wondering if you had a guess as to why. They haven't said yet.
What was your thought?
I can't tell you because I know.
What was
I
your
have
made
no
up
idea.
thought?
Well, I just thought there was something that they haven't told us yet, but then we see Corlys just laying in bed with his honey, his main squeeze, Rhaenys, and they're talking about Daemon and whether or not he's actually going to support Rhaenyra or if he's going to turn on her. And they're just kind of, just chatting in bed, some nice pillow talk.
That was a funny line there. I mean, because he was like, "Oh well, he needs to like do what he like do his duty or whatever," but also was like, in a sense of like a dominatrix. He was like, "I don't mind if I'm like I like
Yeah.
it when I get commanded sometimes."
Yeah, powerful woman.
Hell yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, you didn't catch
Yeah,
that
he
one?
did.
That was funny.
She was like, "Oh, quit it, stop it."
Quit before I slap you. And then we get a scene where the White Worm, Lady Mysaria, she basically gets interrogated by Rhaenyra, with good reason, right? Like, hey, who are you, and why was Daemon talking to you, and what's going on here? And so eventually she recognizes her as like, oh, you're the one that was in the pleasure houses with Daemon, and and he said that you were pregnant with his child and you were going to get married and all this stuff. And Mysaria explains like, yeah, Daemon sucks, and so do the Hightowers because they took everything from me. Everything that she had built her whole life and was just ripped away from her.
So
Yeah.
messed up.
When she first
So
said
messed up.
something, she was like, "Who are you?" And I thought she had kind of a funny but smart answer. What was it? Do you remember what she said? It was like,
I don't
"I'm a
remember.
prisoner" or something. Like, it was just like,
Yeah, I'm a prisoner.
well, yeah. I mean, we know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she's obviously smart, right? And she saved Rhaenyra's life, right? Because later on when Rhaenyra says, "Okay, you're free. You can go, you can get on this ship." And Mysaria is walking down to the ship and she sees the other twin
Uh-huh.
walking up. She's like, "Wait a minute. I know that he was just up there whenever I left. So who's the Oh, it's the twin." And so that's how he knew to come in and save Rhaenyra, because Mysaria saw him and then
Okay, she went and told him. I was like, how did he
yeah,
get there? Okay, that makes sense. I did see that she saw him.
yeah. She clocked him and then went back. Instead of just escaping, she went back to let them know. And
Okay, I wish they would have showed her going back, but I guess it is implied
She
since
was
she
like,
it's
knows.
wait a
implied.
minute, and she
Yeah.
kind of turned around. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. We talked about how Aegon hangs all the rat catchers in the city. And did you think it was interesting that the little dog that got kicked in the last episode, he was still there, still loyal for his master, you know? Even
So
though he
sad.
got punted by the guy.
Damn.
This is how passionate I was in this episode. In all caps, it goes, "Yes, remove your effing badge, you bitch, you slimy old F word."
About Otto?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, who is she
So,
talking to? Yeah.
so mad.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's get to that scene. So Otto basically tells Aegon how dumb he is for doing that, for killing, because Otto has a point. Like, look, we just did this whole thing to try to get people to like you, and then you go and mess it up by killing a bunch of innocent people and then hanging them for everyone to see. Like, what's the benefit of that? And Aegon just doesn't know how to play the game. Like, truly, he doesn't. And Otto also, I think, underestimates, because I don't know if you remember, but Alicent was like, Aegon's out of control. Like, you can't pop off, but he does. Like, the way Otto is talking to him, it seems like he's super shocked that Aegon would actually fire him. Like, he didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. Yeah. What did you guys think about that scene before I say something else about it?
I'm surprised he didn't fire him already, given the little turd he is. just on a power trip,
Yeah.
Freaking give me your badge. Throw it down.
You think old Clubfoot telling him, well, he was your father's hand, gave him more, like, you know what? I'm a grown boy. Fuck this. Like,
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's getting played and manipulated.
Uh-huh.
he really is. And I guess this would happen when you're young and you don't have experience when you become king.
But I do wonder, Travis, now that you're saying that, I wonder if Loras Clubfoot was expecting to be made the hand himself.
Ew.
That didn't happen.
Ew.
True.
It went to douchebag Chris Cole. Or, sorry, not Chris. I keep saying Chris Cole. Sorry, Chris Cole, you're not a douchebag. Criston Cole.
Shout out to Chris Cole, the skateboarder.
Yeah.
We hope you're watching the show, man.
He's pretty
are
tight.
awesome.
But
Rhaenyra's
Criston Cole sucks.
Rhaenyra's son would be a better king right now, and he's young, than Joffrey.
Yeah. Hell, I'll even put one of the toddlers on the throne instead of Aegon.
Seriously.
It's just spoiled, rich, like, life that have no concept of what it's like to be in the bottom or small folk. But I will say, speaking of the
He's
small
just a
folk,
horrible person, too.
yeah, he's definitely horrible to the small folk and everybody. I mean, I was thinking of something in my notes here from between Clubfoot was like, "Oh, I handpicked all these servants for you," and like they're like all around the tub, and like she's like, "What the hell? This is okay. I don't get out of here. I don't need you. Like, why are you washing my hand like that? That's weird. Why are you sponging the inside of my hand? This is." I was wondering if Sydney would ever be like, "Would you want all that? Like all those people like
I didn't say
bathing
that.
you?"
Like, why does she have 5 people helping her take a bath?
This other part I had was thinking about like, okay, but they all have pitchers of water. How many does it take to fill the tub? Because they
Unless
have to
it was 5 super hot guys. No.
Well, true.
Yeah, then it's like, hey, let's reenact one of these tapestries.
Yeah.
No, but like, I think it was trying to say something, Travis. Like, I think normally there are people around, but I think now Alicent doesn't know who to trust. Because remember, like, all of her maids and everyone all got let go. And then Loras put all his people in the castle. And so I just don't think she trusts anybody. She just is doing it by herself.
And that one poor girl has to fill her tub with one pitcher at a time now.
Yeah. That's the only one she'll let do it. So yeah, so there was that. And then did you guys think it was funny when Otto and Alicent are talking and Otto's like, well, I'm fired. I got to get out of here. I got to go, I got to go off to Old Town or somewhere else, go fuck off. And Alicent's like, I've sinned. Can I tell you what it is?
She's like,
And
I
he's
gotta
like,
tell somebody.
Nope. Don't want to know.
He's like, I don't want to know. He was just kind of like, nope, don't want to know.
She was going to tell him about Cole, Criston Cole.
About
I think
like,
so,
I
yeah.
was hooking up with Cole and
Yeah.
when he got killed.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah, everyone's messing up in this one.
I mean, then it just ends with them
Yeah.
hooking up.
Well, before that was the scene where she walks into the room and sees her son just bawling. And then she just leaves. Like, what kind of mother would do that? Like,
Not
that
even
makes
a
no
there
sense.
there.
Yeah, not even that. Not even a pat on the head.
And we didn't really cover the fact that the other son, the one with the glass eye, the gym for an eye, like he was being coddled in the brothel, like.
Yeah, with his sex mommy.
Gross. So weird.
Bony as hell.
Dear sex mommy, what did I do good? Am I a good boy?
I don't even know if it's the type where, because she was like going to try to kiss him and he was like, I don't even know if it's a sex mommy. I think it's just a coddle, like
just a mommy.
Like, yeah. But he has to be naked.
I thought like they already did stuff, maybe. But yeah, you're
so.
right. He was like, not here.
I don't think he's even into, like, I don't think he gets sexual, like, I don't think he's after the pleasure like that. Because they're so
definitely yes, I think yes.
I mean, why would he be all naked? Like, you just get naked just to lay in someone's lap?
I'm just saying people are into
That's
weird
not how
things.
therapy works.
Hey, we don't kink shame here, bro. There's no kink shaming.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He was kind of like spilling his guts to her, right? And she was saying, something I think that was profound, like, hey, well, when you princes get angry, the small folk suffer. And I think, again, that's like what we were seeing in this episode.
Thought the fan, just as a side note, the fan dancers were really cool. I would love to know how far the actual lore of the fan dance goes back. Thought that was interesting.
What
in the
what
beginning
fan
of
dance?
walking in that whatever you call this
The-
place.
Oh, in the pleasure house when they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
the
yeah,
sexy naked ladies with doing the fan dance.
it's like their burlesque show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I thought that
Pretty
was
much.
the queen for a second. She looked a lot like her.
Yeah,
The
it looked
blonde?
like the sister. Yeah,
Did she not? Yeah, okay. I thought so too.
Helena. It
I was
looked
like,
like
what
Helena.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
She's stripping now?
No, maybe they're foreshadowing she's going to be her double in the future for something.
Oh, maybe.
They did look very, very similar.
And then the final the final scene of the episode is, I don't know. I don't know how many times I've seen this in movies or in TV shows, but where it's like someone gets slapped and then that just turns into sex somehow. Like, I don't know. How
Well,
often is that happening?
well, and
I
also
mean, for
Damon and
real.
Rhaenyra had that too, where he's like controlling intense, and he's like, I want to choke you, but I'll grab
Yeah.
your face, and I want to,
Yeah, he did want to choke her,
but I
huh? I
want to
think I had that
kiss
in my
you,
notes.
and you know what I mean? This is
Yeah. But it's such a cliche for like
At least
someone to get
Criston Cole got
slapped.
slapped. He
Yeah.
needed to
yeah,
get
yeah,
slapped around a little bit.
He needed a kick in the balls.
yeah.
Then maybe I would have been satisfied.
He has a mommy fetish too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the episode. And did you guys have a favorite scene, favorite part, anything that just kind of stands out to you?
I forgot how
Trav.
skinny or like I forgot how Damon's dragon just looks different than the other. It's like a long dragon, like it's like a what are those? Like a wiener dog or whatever. It's like a long dragon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gangly. And it makes like a weird like sound, you know?
I'm gonna say Rhaenyra and the worm in that whole scene. I like that. Them two
Yeah.
finally hashing it out.
Do you think there's going to be anything else that happens with them? Like, are they going to meet
Yeah.
again? Are they going to talk again?
I wouldn't be surprised if she freaking hires her, like, hey, you come work for me now.
She did save her life, right?
Huh?
Yeah. What about you, Travis? Did you have any scenes that stand out to you or were your favorite or
I'm trying to think if there was anything that we didn't cover. I think that was about it. Yeah, I don't think of anything else that I didn't mention.
I thought it was I mean, this isn't like my favorite scene or anything, but I thought it was interesting when Otto was when he was talking to Aegon and he was all pissed at how stupid he was being and he was just like, dude, King Viserys was so much better than you. Like, you suck compared to him. He was so, I forgot the words he used, prestigious and I don't know what else, luxurious and whatever else he said. But
Right.
Sexy, no, I'm just
yeah. But yeah, he thought a lot about King Viserys. And I don't know, I think that was an interesting thing to put in there. But for me, by far, was the fight between the two twin
Ooh, yeah.
Kingsguard brothers. I mean, that was
yeah.
that was exciting for me.
I think and looking at some of these notes here, the realization when Rhaenyra was like, okay, she already figured, but when Damon was finally like, because she was like, I can't believe you did this. And he was like denying it still the whole time. But then eventually he was like, well, it was a mistake. And she was pretty like, oh shit, you really did say it. You did it.
Yeah. And let me ask you guys this really quick. Do you think that Daemon told them to kill whoever? Like, try to kill Aemon. If you can't kill Aemon, kill somebody. Or do you think they just kind of took that extra step on their own? Because they didn't really show that.
Well, that's hard to say because he said a line directly like, and if you don't find Aemon, and then it cut the scene. So like he had to have said something. I mean, it wouldn't just, and if you don't find Aemon, and like leave.
Yeah, he backs into the shrubbery like Homer Simpson.
Damn, I don't know. I thought it was just a huge miscommunication. Like, I didn't think Daemon sent them, told them, okay, well, if you can't find Aemon, kill the child. But maybe he's such a skis ball, he probably did.
Right, and thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, cutting the head off seems crazy, but like I guess he would need proof.
And remember, he got paid half to go in, and then he was going to get more when he came out. So maybe if he came out empty-handed, he wouldn't have got more.
Yeah, because it would depend on the family letting everybody know that the son was dead, was killed, right? So if if that didn't get out, if it just all unfolded differently, it's crazy.
Damon got paid.
No,
No,
Damon
Damon
paid
paid them.
the gold cloak
Okay.
and the rat
Well, they're
catcher.
dead now, so they didn't get nothing. So
Mm-mm. Nope.
Yeah, well, we know the gold cloak got at least hit in the head with a mace a few times. He might not be dead, but I don't know.
I think he's definitely dead. He's definitely dead.
In this show, everybody dies. There's no
Yeah.
this.
What a positive note to leave the episode on.
spoiler alert: everybody dies.
And the thing, I think, what also is okay, we lean to kind of like Damon sometimes, or we're like his character, but he has killed all of these people directly. It's his fault. He killed the woman that he was supposed to marry, knocked her off the horse. Bam. Okay, let me kill you, and then killed this one and killed that. He's just.
Yeah, let's not forget that opening scene in one of the first episodes where he gets all of his gold cloak henchmen and they go through the streets and start chopping people's hands and balls off and stuff.
Jeez, it's crazy.
But
well,
yeah.
I guess
On
we'll
that
leave
note.
you with that. No.
On a lighthearted note,
Yeah.
they were throwing flowers
Everybody
at Barney.
dies. Well, thank you for
Well,
Okay.
that's all, folks.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, well, we will leave you with that. Thank you for joining us for season 2, episode 2 of House of the Dragon. If you like that, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell because we have loads more content for you. And drop us a 5-star review wherever you're listening. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out a whole lot. We hope you can join us as we cover all of the House of the Dragon before the season 3 premiere in June, streaming on HBO
Coming
Max.
up
So
in
stay tuned. We will see you next time. That's a wrap on this week's episode of Cinema Soul.